What's up, Cruel World? What's up, Freakers? The Arc 1600 here, and it's time for another Idiofreq movie review. Today I'll be reviewing Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins and starring Gal Gadot, chronicles the origins of Princess Diana as she emerges from her Amazonian isolation to uncover a world void of hope and on the brink of destruction. Okay, now going into this film, I was a bit uneasy. I went into watching this film with my fingers crossed because the Detective Comics Extended Universe has had a pretty tough time getting its feet off the ground. Or getting its plane in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? I don't know. But anyways, I mean, Man of Steel was okay. Batman vs. Superman made a bunch of money. But ultimately, those films have not been celebrated by critics and fans. Now this film might be the first to actually garner praise from both critics and audiences alike. And compared to the prior released DC films, this shit is just flat out better. In this film, Gal Gadot plays a naive but fearless and hopeful Amazonian warrior that goes by the name Wonder Woman, aka Young Bae. Okay, maybe she doesn't go by that aka. But anyways, in this film she uncovers the plagues and the perils of the outside world. Wonder Woman starts off as a naive but eager young warrior. And it's cool because it chronicles her development from where she was in the very beginning of the film to the Wonder Woman that we have come to know and love. Gal Gadot kills it. That's one thing I definitely have to say. I mean, she was easily the best part of Batman vs. Superman, and she goes on to further prove that she was the perfect casting choice for this. I literally can't think of any person that could have played this role better. And I'm so glad they didn't go with someone like Ronda Rousey, because that shit would have been weird. The film is a period piece, so I was definitely getting some Captain America the First Avenger vibes while watching it. The cinematography is impeccable, the set design is incredible. Seriously, it feels as if I was completely immersed in that setting. And even though this world is in the midst of a war, it's still warm, it's still lovely, it doesn't have this bleak and monochromatic look of some of the other DCEU films. And that was definitely a welcome change. Now seriously, I have to hand it to Patty Jenkins. This film is actually quite humorous. And she did something that I didn't think was actually freaking possible. You know what she did? She made Steve Trevor cool. Really. Steve Trevor. Now, Steve Trevor to me, out of the pantheon of DC sidekick type characters, I think he's one of the corniest in my personal opinion. Jimmy Olsen's up there too. I'm sorry, get off my nuts, but I think Jimmy Olsen's a cornball. And Steve Trevor is also known for being a meatball, but in this film, Chris Pine was funny, likable, charismatic, and actually facilitates Diana's development into the Wonder Woman that we have come to know and love. Even though Steve Trevor is a fish out of water in his own right, you know, I mean, some guy crash lands on an Amazonian island full of a bunch of what look like WNBA centers. Steve Trevor actually manages to help develop Princess Diana and immerse her into his own world. And it's funny seeing some of the nuances that were depicted in Thor, the first film, where she doesn't understand some of the idiosyncrasies of the modern world. Now the action, while CGI heavy at times, was dynamic and the fight scenes were well choreographed. And the film does a really great job of making you actually care about the characters. So when it gets to those super duper CGI heavy moments, you don't really mind it as much because you're immersed in the story. You actually care about the people on the screen. And just so you know, the film score is banging. I was sitting there jamming out to these war tribal drums. mean, it kind of goes like that. You should probably just buy the soundtrack.
Buy the soundtrack!
Now, in conclusion, this film was immensely enjoyable. In fact, this film was so enjoyable that... Wait, hold on a second. What time is it? Shit, I might go fuck around and see this shit again right now. With that being said, Idiofreq gives this film an 8 out of 10. That concludes my review. Like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and tell me what you thought about this review. If you have any hateful, spiteful comments you need to leave me, just let me know. Hit us up on Twitter at Idiofreq. And remember, please, tell your mother I'll call her. I might take her out to dinner sometime, you know. I'm free this weekend. I might, I have a little bit of time in my hands, you know. After some gym tan laundrying, I might be able to squeeze in your mom. Anyways, the Arc 1600, signing out. Peace and much love to you.